Welcome to Cartoon Scary! Boo!
In 1986, the village of Narcatia exists in a world of late-night shadows and scarce electricity. The social heart of the village is the Peepal, a square under an ancient peepal tree where elders gather to talk long after the sun goes down. The elders always occupy 3 mud seats, leaving a 4th one empty every single night. Village custom strictly forbids anyone from touching that 4th seat, though the reason remains a closely guarded secret. Pawan, a city-educated student visiting for the holidays, views these rules as backward superstition. To prove his point, he ignores the elders' warnings and confidently takes the forbidden seat. Pawan's weight on the seat acts as a physical trigger for the environment. A dog begins a frantic howling, the lantern's flame shudders, and a heavy, Kurdari voice whispers directly into his ear, "This is my place." By crossing that invisible line, Pawan has unknowingly activated a dormant mechanism. In Narcatia, the irrational rules aren't just stories. They are the only things keeping a local threat from waking up. The haunting intensifies as heavy, unseen footsteps circle the square. The dust near Pawan's feet begins to churn, carving deep grooves spelling, "I am back." The escalating terror forces the 3 elders to reveal the truth they've hidden for 30 years. In 1956, they had a 4th friend named Hariram, who sat exactly where Pawan is sitting now. Hariram was obsessed with Shamshan Sadhna, dark magic practiced in cremation grounds. He sought supernatural power by communing with the dead, eventually attracting something that refused to leave him. The ritual went wrong, summoning an entity in a red sari. When the spirit confronted Hariram at the village square, his 3 friends fled in terror, leaving him to face a violent death alone on that 4th seat. The current activity is the direct consequence of that 30-year-old betrayal. The square has become a ledger for unresolved guilt, and the entity has returned to collect. The red Sari entity operates on a specific cycle. It demands a new human soul every 30 years to maintain its presence in the village. This requirement falls exactly on the anniversary of Hariram's death. Pawan is perfectly aligned with this cycle. By sitting in the forbidden seat tonight, he met the entity's 2 primary conditions. The seat acts as an anchor for a spiritual debt. The entity now views him as the fulfillment of Hariram's old contract. The entity confirms its intent by writing a new instruction in the dirt. Pawan must go to the Shamshan, the cremation ground, to finalize the trade. Pawan's skepticism has led him into a binding supernatural trap. He is no longer a guest in the village. He is the new collateral in a dark exchange 30 years in the making. Pawan and the elders reach the desolate cremation ground, accompanied by a local Baba. They find the red Sari entity waiting among the charred wood and ash, her presence turning the air frigid. They discover that Hariram's soul has been kept burning in agony within the pyre for 3 decades. A blackened, charred hand thrusts out from the ash, clawing at the air in a desperate plea for release. Baba warns that fleeing will only restart the 30-year timer. To break the curse, they must sever the entity's power by freeing Hariram's soul using a specific binding talisman. As a supernatural storm of ash rises to protect the spirit, Pawan charges the pyre. He ignores the entity's screams and casts the talisman into the heart of the smoldering remains. The talisman triggers a violent dissolution. The red Sari entity shatters into smoke, and Hariram's charred form finally settles into silent, peaceful dust. Breaking a cycle of dark magic requires more than just surviving. It requires confronting the specific truth of the past that created the trap in the first place. The following night, Pawan sits on the 4th seat at the Peepal. The air remains still, and the peepal tree is quiet. The 30-year curse has finally been neutralized. These village superstitions serve as architectural warnings. They are the leftovers of dark histories that survivors bury under the guise of silly stories to keep others safe. However, clearing Hariram's spirit has left a spiritual vacuum in the center of Narcatia village. Within days, new footsteps are heard near the tree. Pawan looks at the 4th seat and realizes something entirely different. Something much older has moved in to fill the void. ending one nightmare often just clears the stage for a deeper terror to take its place. In Narcatia, the seats are never truly empty for long.